Amanda Gorman is making history by becoming the youngest inaugural poet, and she's been the talk of the nation with her commanding and brilliant performance of The Hill We Climb. In this video, I'll be reacting to Amanda Gorman and her original work, The Hill We Climb. Let's get started.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light?
I want you all to notice that she took the time to address people by name at the beginning, and she took the time to address her audience. Most of the time when we are presenting, when we are speaking, we just dive right into our content. But Amanda has taken the time to address her audience right at the beginning. A lot of the times we tend to not want to use notes because we think people will look down upon us. Now, of course, we know that Amanda took the time to practice the heck out of this. I mean, it's a very important day for her and the nation, but I want you to notice that it's okay to have notes right in front of you.
Never-ending shade. The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast.
Now her hand gestures, it seems like she's dancing, right? Of course, this is probably not the first time she's doing it, but I want to ask you, the next time that you're speaking, how is your body language? Are your movements flowing? Her delivery is just not her saying the words, but she's putting her whole body behind it.
We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't
just what is. She's not just, again, putting her hand gestures, but also her facial expressions. Her whole emotions is behind this. Her passion is behind this.
Always just is. And yet the dawn is hours before we knew it. Somehow we do it.
Doing really good
Somehow
looking at her audience.
And witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black...
I want you to notice the way that Amanda is standing, right? She is standing straight. She is standing upright. Most of the time when we are doing presentations or when we're talking, our body language is actually doing things that we don't know that it's doing. Now, I don't know if Amanda was nervous or not. I know I would be super nervous if I had to speak in front of the nation.
Descended from slaves and raised by a single mother, can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed.
Like, as you can see, she's not afraid of looking at her notes and looking back at the audience, right? Most of the time, I'm going back to the notes. Most of the time, we don't know how to use notes enough and we think people are going to look down upon us. No, right? She just gave one of the best performances the nation has ever seen, and she went wildly popular. It doesn't matter if you have notes or not. You can still kill it as a speaker.
To all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew. That even as we hurt, we hoped.
Like, you can tell when she is speaking, right? She is so confident. You know, she might be thinking, I got this, right? She's talking to the audience and say, hey, this is my realm. This is my spotlight right now, right? Here's my performance. Here are my emotions. Here are my vulnerability. Here is my power. Here is my strength. I want to show it to you all. When I see her speak, that's what I really see.
Hopes that even as we tired, we tried, that will forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division.
Now, there's one thing I do wish that she can do better with. Of course, as you can see, she is on a platform and everyone is around. Sometimes I would love for her to look just completely straight, like she's looking at the camera, because a lot of you are watching this on video, and you were probably thinking, "Hey, Amanda, look at me, look at me." So in the future, right, I would highly suggest, even though, yes, the cameras are all the way back there, and you have your audience, don't forget you have your audience at home and look at the camera. So if you are wanting to be a better speaker now, your camera is the new eye contact. Make sure you look at that little dot.
Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride.
I want you to look at her body language. You see how, yes, she is standing up straight, but her body language is actually still towards the audience. Here's what happens. Usually when we are scared and we don't want to face the audience, we would actually back up. Naturally, we would back up a little bit. When you're in the middle and you're standing up straight, you're neutral. But if you are really confident, you are not afraid to lean into the audience a little bit. Now, of course, maybe she's leaning in because of the podium, but I will also say she's leaning in because she's giving her energy to the crowd.
It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our...
Again, she's just not speaking the words. Her body language are speaking the words as well.
If it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have...
And I know a lot of you might be thinking, okay, what about the voice side of things for yourself? Some people, they want to work on the voice. I want you to pay attention to the way she's enunciating her words and the emphasis she's putting into her words, right?
Our eyes on the future. History has its eyes on us. This is...
Right, the pacing that she's using, the eyes on us.
The era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole,
I love the way she's
but
making
bold,
that,
fierce,
using
and
that facial
free.
expression. Like,
we will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing is certain. If we merge mercy with might and might with right,
I think that's one of her signature moves. She likes to blink
legacy,
her left eye.
And change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left. With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the wind-swept northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will
you
rise
can see
from
the words coming out of her, right? The emotion,
reconcile,
the power,
and
the
recover
rawness.
every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
Woo. Standing ovation. She must be so happy right now. Let's recap. Amanda Gorman, right? Why was her delivery of The Hill We Climb so powerful? It was her message, it was her confidence in how she delivered, right? Her body language, the way she used her hand gestures, right? It flowed with the words that she was saying. Amanda, great job. Now, if you like this reaction video and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. Who else would you like for me to react to? And if you want to keep on improving your public speaking skills, make sure you watch these other videos on the channel.